Hey guys, LevelCap here. Today we've got an episode of Sniper Sunday, the series where we're going to explore the Recon class, bolt-action sniper rifles, and semi-auto sniper rifles, and try and figure out how to most effectively play this class and what techniques work the best. As before, these videos are going to serve as sort of a learning process for me as well. I don't consider myself to be an exceptional sniper. I think I'm decent, but I definitely have to use the gadgets and employ different tactics to try and win battles, because if I rely solely on my aim to win firefights, then I'm simply not going to do very well, because my aim as a sniper is decent, but it's not top notch. The majority of this gameplay that you're going to see is on Domination. The reason for that is I was trying to unlock scopes. Domination provides a consistent area to fight enemies and constantly upgrade and unlock stuff. The other reason for that is that Domination keeps you moving about, it keeps you agile, and the threats can come from multiple directions. And I think that's a good way to practice playing the Recon class. You can play it on rush and sort of set yourself up in an area where you don't have to worry about guys sneaking up behind you, and that can be a good way to get good at long distance sniping, but it also makes you a little bit complacent, and that's something that I definitely don't want to do as the Recon class, even while using bolt action sniper rifles. Now, as the mobile Recon, you have many tools to try and give you an advantage over knowing where your opponents are. Motion sensors are a great way to do this. Throwing out those little motion sensor grenades will let you know if there's guys in a building in front of you. You can throw them at your feet and try and figure out if anybody's sneaking up behind you. So these are infinitely useful tools. Once you play the Recon class enough, you will start to unlock other ways, such as tugs and the MAV. Now, the tugs and MAV function a lot like they did in Battlefield 3. You can place little tugs at your feet, and this is more of a tool that you might want to use on a map if you're trying to hold down a building. Mud Railroad on Team Deathmatch or Conquest is a great place to use tugs, especially if you're trying to hold down one building, snipe from the rooftops, change your elevation in the building, and just make sure that nobody's sneaking up those stairways to take you out. Now, even though I'm moving around a lot in these maps, it's not always towards my enemy. It's often towards a vantage point, a higher area, a place where I can engage people from a distance. Simply put, if you're using a bolt-action sniper rifle, you are going to be at a disadvantage in close quarters. You're going to be at a disadvantage in medium range. Any assault rifle, I would rather have any assault rifle in medium range over a bolt-action sniper rifle. They're just simply going to be a more effective weapon. So you want to set yourself up at long range for all possible scenarios. And if you can't manage that long range scenario, that's where your gadgets come into play. The motion sensor devices that you have available to you should allow you to get the drop on your opponent. I recommend getting very comfortable with pistols, especially something that has a flashlight on it to try and blind your opponent in close quarter combat situations. It's going to give you an advantage. Anything that can give you a slight edge in that CQC area is going to be doubly valuable to this sniper class. Now, you might be thinking, like, you've seen a lot of snipers out there shooting you with some of the top-end sniper rifles, and they're using upgraded pistols all the way. For the most part during this video, and for the most part upgrading the sniper scopes, I was using the very first sniper rifle that you get. The CS-LR4 is going to be available with the 6x sight as soon as you start playing Battlefield 4, so you don't have to rank up or get any sort of unlocks before you can start that long-range sniping. You can be perfectly adequate right from the start. Now, I'm using the 7x sight here, but I was using the 6x sight earlier. They're both very similar and very capable for any sort of long-range sniping that isn't too crazy long-range. I would recommend staying away from the extreme long-range sniping until you get something like a 20x sight, or even the 14x variable sight could pull it off, but at that range it's still going to be a little bit tricky. Now, the CS-LR4 is a good starting sniper rifle in that it's very average across the board. It's not going to be the best extreme long range sniper rifle. It's not going to be the best CQC bolt action sniper rifle. It's just kind of bland in that if you can get good with this, you can then sort of get your gameplay in an area or focus on an area that you want to expand to. Maybe long range sniping is your thing, and start using a sniper rifle that's more geared towards that. Or maybe you really want to try hip firing all your targets with your bolt action sniper rifle. Well, there's some that are actually really good for that also. The CS-LR4 is not the best at any of these things, but it's a great sniper rifle to start out with, and in terms of variability and just being decent all around, it's a great one to have. Now, unfortunately, one of the more difficult aspects about the CS-LR4 is its muzzle velocity. Bullets coming out of this gun are going 500 meters a second, which might seem fast if you don't compare it to any other sniper rifle, but compared to all the other bolt-action sniper rifles, it's the second slowest one in the game. The M40A5 is the only one that shoots slower than this at 480 meters per second. Now, slow muzzle velocity means that it's going to be hard to hit moving targets. If they're in extreme close quarters, then it doesn't really matter. If they're at medium range, then it's not a huge deal. But longer range sniping, you're going to have to lead a lot more to hit those moving targets. You're also going to have to aim a little bit higher if you're trying to get a headshot at long range. Now, you can always zero the sight depending on how long a range your targets are. And that's something that I'm probably going to cover in more long-range sniping videos, but the basics of it right now is to hit V to zero your sight to different distances. You can actually see at the bottom of your screen, it'll tell you what you're zeroed at. And if you zero your sight at 200 meters and you're aiming at a target that's 200 meters away, your bullet will hit exactly dead center on your crosshair. This can be great when used in combination with a rangefinder to quickly zero your target and figure out what distance you're shooting people at. But this is something, again, I would recommend for only extreme long distance shooting. As for anything that's medium range or medium to long range, you're pretty much going to want to gauge that distance on the fly and make the adjustments very quickly without having to zero your sight or anything like that. You'll notice that I've been hanging out on the rooftops a lot in these videos. It's something, you know, that's perhaps not the most admirable tactic, but as a recon class, or a sniper class rather, using the roof, taking advantage of high vantage points is really something that I needed to do personally to get the kills that I was looking to try and get to rank up my guns and get scopes for them. And as the sniper class, I feel like I'm a little bit more justified in taking more campy tactics, and because I also play other classes more than I play the recon class, I'm often getting shot by snipers up in little hard to reach areas, and so I know just how annoying it can be, and it's nice to sort of get my turn at being the guy who's camping in those hard to reach areas and sniping people who are just completely unaware of the fact that I'm zeroing in my sights on their head. Now, as you get comfortable playing the sniper class, the recon class, you will eventually get the sniper field upgrade. And this is a great upgrade for any bolt action user out there, because the very first level, the thing that you get by default when you equip this field upgrade, is hold breath, which effectively increases the time you can hold your breath by 2. And for those of you who perhaps don't know what this is, when you hold shift on PC and probably a different button on consoles, you basically steady your sniper rifle scope by holding your breath, and it allows you to zero in on people's heads. Well, you only get a certain amount of time that you can hold your breath, and it's very short by default. So once you get this sniper field upgrade, doubling that time really does help you out, and you can kind of zero in on somebody who might be shifting their position a bit, and you're using a lot of your hold breath time. And honestly, this field upgrade really did change my gameplay, probably more so than any other upgrade I got while playing the recon class. So anyway, that kind of wraps it up for this episode of Sniper Sunday. I'm going to be getting into a whole bunch of different tactics and gadgets as we progress with this series. As always, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap, signing off.